Hello guys, this is ModelRR3102 here, back again on my layout. Tonight is January 28th, 2017, and this is just a layout update for late end of January. So this past weekend I was at a train show with my Model Railroad Club because we had a portable layout set up for the train show. The show was called Arctic Run. It's in Stevens Point. It was located at the Holiday Inn Convention Center on the east side of Stevens Point. And came back with a few good things that I bought. One of the things I bought, and my most expensive buy, obviously, was from an individual. This Kato DMIR SD38-2 number 215. This is DCC Ready, obviously. Paid $80 for it. And I have to say it's a very good looking locomotive. My plan is to send the locomotive into BradleyDCC very soon. Get it custom detailed to the prototype, along with getting working ditch lights, because DMIR 215 currently has working ditch lights, obviously. And along with getting the modular parts that you have to install for yourself get installed, because I own a Kato SD38-2 myself. That's a Elgin Joliet and Eastern number 660. Let me just show it here. Right here. I bought that 6 years ago, 2011, for $90. Came DCC Ready, obviously, and I was installing in the modular parts. Those were, I have to say, a pain in the ass, because I don't even have a quarter of the grab irons installed, because they're just that big of a pain to install in the first place. So for that reason, and other parts that were broken off, I decided I'm not going to install all the parts on this locomotive. And for that reason, I'm going to have BradleyDCC install the parts for me. The only thing I installed myself on that locomotive were the number boards. That's easy to install. Also, another thing I bought at Arctic Run, and actually, before I go to that, I've been looking for a Kato SD38-2 in the DMIR for like at least the last 3 years. And I can't believe I found this locomotive at Arctic Run this year. That's like one of the last things I thought I would see at a train show that we go to, was a locomotive I have been looking for such a long time. And heck, this is a locomotive I've been tracking longer than any of my other locomotives I have purchased. Like, for an example, my Walther's Proto GP60 that I bought for about $150 at Trainfest. Yeah, $150. That was something that, wasn't that like really wanting. This locomotive I really wanted. I mean, not even the newer releases are the ones that I really have been looking for. This one tops it all. But anyways, let's move on. Another thing I bought at the train show this past weekend, from Engine House, Athearn Ready to Roll DM&E 5161 cubic foot hopper. Have about a half a dozen of these 5161 cubic foot hoppers. Only 2 of them in the DM&E one. This is the second one. First one I bought been at least a year or two, and this one was released in 2015. The one I bought earlier was released in 2013, and then I also bought at Arctic Run 4 Accurail hoppers at Engine House. the DM&E hopper I bought was also from Engine House. So I bought 4 Accurail kits for $15 each. The Athearn car was $32, but 4 Athearn kits, Accurail kits from Engine House, $15. This happens to be one of them, the DM&E 4750 cubic foot hopper. This is used in the Bentonite service out of Colony, Wyoming. The real DM&E freight car like this has now been stenciled to RCPE, which I have a Intermountain car special in the RCPE, but obviously not the same number. That one I bought last year, the Intermountain car, and like I said, $15 I bought this Accurail car. Then I bought 3 more Accurail kits as well. I bought this 4750 cubic foot grain hopper, BNSF, also $15. And then I bought 2 of the WSOR Trainfest special cars as well at Arctic Run. Those were also $15. Bought 52064, which is this car, and I bought 52022, which is this car. So now I have all 3 numbers that Accurail came out with for the WSOR grain hoppers, because I bought 37 right here at Trainfest a couple months ago. So that's that. So, and plus I had $21 I had to spend for free at Engine House because of its nut sale that went on in the month of December this past year, 2016. So I only had to spend $75 at Engine House when it really was more like almost $100. But you know what? That's what you get when you shop at Engine House. They give you ridiculous good stuff. But on to something I like to talk about. All these Accurail cars that I bought, obviously they come with Accumate couplers because Accumate are part of Accurail. Well, you know what that means. Couplers getting swapped out immediately, which, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the couplers on these Accurail cars. Every Accumate coupler I saw coming in those kits, I just automatically threw out. Didn't even want to see them because they're that disgusting. All my cars got equipped now with KD number 148 couplers. You may be able to see, yeah, you can definitely see, but it's not great lighting, but those are KD number 148 couplers. All of my rolling stock and locomotives as of today, as of this date, have KD number 1, have KD couplers installed, whether they are the number 5s or the number 148s. The 148 couplers are the whisker version of the number 5s. I like the whisker couplers better, in my opinion. But I just feel like if it's not a KD, it's garbage. With the exception of 2 couplers. The Walthers Protomax couplers, that metal couplers that come installed on the Walthers rolling stock and locomotives. For an example, this Walthers Proto GP60, this Walthers Platinum Line BNSF coil car, and the Sienna log pulpwood flat car, along with this Walthers North American ethanol car. Those all have their own Walthers Protomax metal couplers on, which I kept on, because they literally are like KDs. Prior to this past summer, all of my locomotives I had, regardless, had KD couplers changed out, and then about a good chunk of my rolling stock had KDs as well. About half of them, I think, had KDs on them. The ones that got automatically replaced were the Atlas ones, because I'm not about to deal with the stupid Accurail couplers that come with the Atlas cars or the Accurail cars as well. They're just junk. They're two-piece couplers that are 100% plastic, and they just don't operate well. They just don't. Anyone who thinks that KDs are terrible, I think should leave the hobby, because, or at least need to understand better about KDs, because KDs, in my opinion, and most of you will agree with me on this, are top notch. Best things to ever exist. I have number 148s and number 5s on most of my freight cars and locomotives. The only thing I have different is the number 156 couplers on the front end of some locomotives that have snow plows on them. Like for an example, these two Athearns, my Kato over there and my two Athearns over there, all have KD number 156 couplers on the front, which happens to be, number 156 couplers are the long shanked couplers with the whiskers, but they're the scale size head couplers, not the standard like the number 5s and 148s. Which I asked for these couplers for Christmas back in 2015, and I thought the 156s would be fine because I thought they were the standard head size. Well, I was wrong, because I think the 146 couplers are the ones I'm talking about. But anyways, enough with that. And then, what else was I about to say? Oh yeah, and the other couplers that I have not changed out yet, and I don't plan on them for now, are the Scale Trains metal couplers that are like the prototype shaped on the river counter and museum quality type rolling stock and locomotives. Those I don't replace. Those I don't plan on replacing anytime soon. Everything else is getting replaced. Although I do save the McHenry couplers only for the springs. Just in case if you lose a spring on your KD couplers and you got some spare springs to use on the McHenrys to use on the KDs, because I have probably used about almost close to about 5 springs from McHenrys in the KD couplers. Those work just fine. And then every rolling stock I acquired this past weekend at Arctic Run automatically got KDs on them regardless. And like I said, I used to use number 5s a lot, but I've now started to switch over and use number 148s, because I think the 148s are just as good, and I like the whisker ones better. And then on the ore cars, I have like in the back, like the Walters ones, and like the train, and like the 6-pack that they come in. Only the end cars have the metal knuckle couplers. The other ones have in the middle have dummy couplers, and those I have been slowly changing out because I'm not about to deal with any dummy couplers, especially if I want to get a nice layout in the future, and then I can just have cars all mixed up. Even though I don't know if it's how prototypical that is, but all I know is I'm not dealing it that way. So that's that. Other than that, I think that is it for this layout update. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you all next time.